Last night at WrestleMania 41 Saturday edition, Seth Rollins defeated Roman Reigns and CM Punk in the main event, but he did it with the help of Paul Heyman, who stabbed his former best friend CM Punk in the back and stabbed his former tribal chief in the back. He hit them both with a low blow to join forces with Seth freaking Rollins, and that was just an unreal moment to close WrestleMania 41 on Saturday, because although there have been hints of this happening throughout the past couple weeks, it was just something that personally I just didn't foresee actually coming to fruition, because although when a couple weeks ago when Rollins could have stomped Heyman, he kind of paused, and there were just a lot of hints recently that Rollins and Heyman actually could join up. But to see Heyman talk about leading up to WrestleMania that he would never betray his best friend CM Punk, and he always would have loyalty to his tribal chief Roman Reigns, it just makes it hard to believe, because Heyman hasn't had there haven't been a lot of Paul Heyman guys in the last 20 years. Just to name a few, the main ones have been Brock Lesnar, CM Punk, Roman Reigns. Those have been the guys that he has been with the longest and is synonymous with. And I feel like Michael Cole summed it up perfectly. He said Benedict Heyman instead of Benedict Arnold when Heyman hit Roman Reigns with a low blow, because first he handed Punk a chair and then he hit Punk with a low blow and said, "I love you, my tribal chief," and was kind of giving his loyalty back to Roman Reigns. And then he did the same thing to Roman Reigns. And Heyman has just showed this over the time and throughout his career that he never can be trusted. He is the biggest heel in the game, and he excels when he is a heel and when he is backstabbing people. This was just cinema at its finest. Unbelievable close to the show, and the fans were just in shock. This was and will go down as an iconic WrestleMania moment for sure, without a doubt. What's next for Seth and CM Punk, the new Paul Heyman guy? Will he maybe join forces with The Rock and John Cena, or will he go on a different path? But that was an incredible main event. But also on WrestleMania 41 Saturday, we saw Jey Uso defeat Gunther to win his first singles world championship in WWE. The match was a little bit up and down, had a little bit of a slow start, but Jey Uso ended up submitting Gunther. The fans had the moment they've been waiting for, yeeting in unison, and it was just a sight to see. An incredible moment to see Jey Uso fight so hard to win his first world title. He won an Intercontinental title a couple months ago, but it seemed like bigger things were in the future for Jey Uso. So it's great to see that happen. That was one of 3 title changes on this card, as the New Day beat the War Raiders to become the most decorated tag team in WWE history with 13 tag team championship reigns. Now, I've personally have loved this new heel version of the New Day. I think it has been tremendous. I love to see their new attitude and style, and their old act was incredible, but it seemed like it was getting a little stale. And the third title change was another member of the Bloodline, Jacob Fatu, the Samoan Werewolf, beat LA Knight in an incredible match. Was so much the athleticism that was showed and the ability was just, it's on a different level. LA Knight and Fatu, every time they're in the ring, they put on a show. Jacob Fatu, he is just a specimen. I just haven't seen a guy of his size do the type of moves that he's able to do in the ring. He really is a one of one, and I think he's one of the best rising stars in the company, and I think he's a future world champion. And I think if you had to pick anybody who's not or hasn't been a world champion in the past to be one in the future, I think Jacob's at the top of that list. He just continues to grow on the microphone, in the ring. So I love to see him winning that U.S. championship. I think LA Knight needs to go after the world title in the future. I think he has been tremendous. But overall, WrestleMania Saturday was a good show. It had a little bit of a slow start, maybe, with the Gunther Jay match started slowly, but after Jay won that, a couple good title changes, couple great matches, and ending it in a shocking way. The new Paul Heyman guy is Seth freaking Rollins. But what is next for Roman Reigns and CM Punk? We'll have to wait and see. But thanks everybody for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.